Hey, all right, everybody. Welcome to the casino, the epic gamble here. Sorry for the delay and I'm sure you can see my green screen here is less than ideal. We had some serious technical difficulties. It's funny, we got together like half an hour before, tested it, like, oh, perfect. We're going to have Cyrus's camera up in the corner. It's like, all right, we're good to go. We come back and it's just like shit hit the fan, but that's okay. So we are here to play some Magic. Super excited to have Cyrus here. I've been back into the mix with Magic for the past like 3 or 4 years, and for a while I was just playing tempo and stuff, but I was always consuming Storm content because I ultimately really wanted to play Storm. And, among others, I would say, though, my primary and favorite, I don't know if you know this, Cyrus, content creator and Storm player was always Cyrus. So,
Thank you. I
yeah,
didn't know
no,
that. Also, hello everyone.
yeah, man. Just it's cool to have you here. It's cool to even be able to talk to you and just to jam a league with you. This is gonna be sweet, man. So
Yeah, I'm really excited too. I know that we have been playing against each other and talking, on the internet for a few years, and I remember we had some really great battles on when you were playing Delver a lot and I was playing Storm a lot. I kind of had a similar story where I played Delver a lot, but always kind of was interested in Storm and spent a lot of time on the test website and stuff. And once a deck like this, like you were kind of describing, it kind of got hooked. It's like it's hard to play anything else. It just gets in your brain.
it it is. I didn't want to tease myself though, because I always like to have like what I have online in paper, and I didn't want to like play a bunch of Storm online and then not have it in paper and not be able to play. So like I slowly worked my way up, and part of that is because Storm is like this big brain thing, right? And the more you play it, the more it's like muscle memory and it's not as difficult. But when you haven't actually jumped into it, it's like this huge scary thing. And that's why it's so important to have like guys like you out there. What you were doing before, it helps guys like me be able to tune into the Storm brain without like uh, even playing it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, Storm's super intimidating, and I had kind of a similar experience where I remember like I would just get like so nervous like when I would play Storm at like locals, like my hands would like shake and I would like drop my cards. And I remember my first GP day 2, like round 1, I dropped my whole deck like twice because I was so nervous. And like I would always be like playing my
Yep.
cockatrice, like messing up, and my opponents would be like, "Come on, like make a play," and I'd be like 2-3 moto leagues. But it's good to hear that like you were able to use like my streams and stuff to help you, because like that was one thing that was tough for me, like learning Ant, was that there's like less Ant streams than how much like good content there is for tests. So
Yeah, and not even just the stream, but the podcast that you did for a while that always was and still. I wish that you're still out there doing your thing. Just you as a player are able to not only play well and fast, but you narrate and you talk really fast, but also at the same time very clearly and concisely. Like I felt like I learned a ton from you in a very short amount of time on your podcast.
heck yeah, yeah, I love to talk. I for sure have the gift of gab. I can never shut up. So I was happy that people wanted to listen to Eric and I's thoughts on Magic. And Eric and I still talk about Magic. We have talked about maybe doing another episode sometime after. I'm sure
Yeah,
there will be some event that causes us to have to reconvene.
yeah, I miss him too. Uh, Someone said you should try black, 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 draw four. You know what's funny? You mentioned that, Saka, because I was playing whatever cube is out right now, the vintage like Masters or whatever, and there is a Storm deck in there, and whether it's Cruel Bargain or whichever one is in there, and it just feels so good to draw 4 cards, and immediately I'm like, should I be playing this card in my sideboard? Should I like?
I have 4 foil 7th editions of that card for foil. I had full foil Spanish Inquisition in paper, but I just got so bored of playing Ant at paper locals, and again, I didn't want to buy another deck, so I was like, okay, I'll just buy, you know, summoners packs and stuff.
Well, hey, if you're ever on the East Coast, I actually have 2 copies of this deck at this point, minus the LEDs, because I, foiled so much stuff out, and then it was so close to just having a second copy that I was like, might as well do it. So now I have mono red and black red built with just
Yeah,
like
white
a set of,
LEDs. Yeah.
yeah. But let's get into this a little bit. I know we were discussing like what's the best way to kind of attack this, and I think it'd be good for you just to kind of poke around the deck.
Well, look at the lands. You have, so I'm saying like you have the 5 spell lands in the bottom, and then you have like the 4 duels, and then only 2 fetches. And I guess I'm kind of curious on like what your reasoning behind like the 5 spell lands is kind of for Chromox or.
Yes, so the spell lands are primarily for Chromox efficacy, like you said. Obviously, Shatterskull is a very good card.
Yeah.
It does get used a lot. Obviously, this has almost 0 text. I guess it could get a Burgie at some point. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I wish I could play more imprintable lands, and I wish I could play more lands that fix, right? Obviously, fetches and duels are the best way to fix mana. Fetches are tri-lands. If I could have all tri-lands, that'd be great, but that's not necessarily how it works. Could you get away with a 3rd fetch? Absolutely. That's actually what I do in paper because I haven't committed to buying the 3rd Badlands. But, you need a certain density of lands. We are exiling them with whether it be Horn or Relay. So this is just kind of the balance that I've felt is good. If you plus or minus by 1 on really any of these points, I don't think it's, you know what I mean? Like if you're short on money, you could go 3 fetches and go a 2nd Agadeems, and I don't think it would be, terribly different.
And then, so like a lot of the fast mana like makes sense why it's in there. Like Storm decks have Lions, Diamonds, Lotus Petals, Chromox, Mox Opal are good in that package, especially when you're doing the Echo Valence thing with the defense grids. And then kind of like interesting things that are standing up to me are there's a few different ways you can take this. You're going with like the Gambles, the Entombs, Reckless Impulse, Burgie, and then like there's just like some interesting splits of the business cards, right? Like of the Gambles, the Entombs, Reckless Impulse, Burgie, Galvanic Relay, and Wish. And I guess I know I've also seen people like there was like a blue-red version that had Brainstorms and Ponders, and you've played like a mono-red version and splashed different colors. And I guess like kind of what I think you mentioned you think that like the Rakdos or red-black version is the best. What about it? Like you think it's making it pretty streamlined right now and a good list.
The best of the splashes, I would say. Entomb and Dark Ritual are very fast, so we're able to come out of the gate quicker than the other colors, including, or maybe equal to mono red, right? It's a trade-off. Like we can't really support soul lands, but we do get Dark Ritual. As far as like the numbers on the business spells, those are, I can kind of directly answer specifically. Like Entomb, obviously it's a great card. It gets right to Echo Vans very directly, but it doesn't do anything else. So it doesn't do anything in doubles. And if and when you do run out of echoes, it's actually a dead card. I have run like cute things like looting or deep analysis, and a singleton looting might come in at one point. Right now I'm really trying to test this card more, but most of the time, right, like if the deck is efficient enough where it always kills before you run out of echoes, I'd rather that. Right, so I'd rather push and try to find out if that is possible. In the event that that's not possible, and I am running out of echoes more often than I'd like, then okay, I gotta play a looting or something that Entomb can get. Maybe, right? Whatever. Yeah. But I don't think 4 is the right number. I've played it a couple times. You get 2 Entombs, don't do anything. Gamble, if I could run more, I would. It is essential that we have one in the sideboard, especially when you're running Burgie. Because then Burning Wish becomes a gamble because it only costs 1, and then Gamble's free. I would never ever take this card out of my sideboard.
Makes sense, yeah.
Burning Wish obviously went 4. Reckless Impulse. I had 4, but then I put the Wish back in, which we'll get to. I would, if there was more room, I'd play 4 of this card. I'm playing 4 in mono red. It's very good. Burgie. For a while, and ultimately, I think I was telling you, I dumped Black Red a few weeks ago. I had tested it to what I thought was kind of its limits. I didn't think we could support any amount of Burgie, or I was always playing 4, so I didn't, without Soul Lands, it's very difficult to support this card. But what I realized is that we were fizzling. We just didn't have a high enough density of action, and in mono red you have Burgie, right? You can draw 7, have 6 dead cards, and have a Burgie, and you just drop a horn, and all of a sudden it's all gravy. So this deck is not as able to support it in its initial opener, but it really wants access to it like post Echo and off of a relay, obviously for Burgie, but also the horn.
That makes sense.
And then of course,
one card... Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you still have
a couple action pieces. Of course, relay. We have the max amount, while also being able to have one in the sideboard, so that's pretty straightforward. Wish is, for higher density of wishes. We do often, you print one Burning Wish, you use one for utility to remove something, and then you use another one to echo, and all of a sudden you're like, well, this last Burning Wish can only get tendrils or whatever. So you start using them up pretty quickly. It's nice to have the 5th. That's its primary use. There's some hidden use as well. The fact that we don't have to, against like Surgical or Meddling Mage or Chalice on 2, all these things that make like the deck just dead if Burning Wish can't be cast. We can get around that with Wish. We can, if it's Surgical, we now have a Wish.
It's like a really good high impact one. Gets around solves a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last question I had was, it seems like when you have, Entomb and Dark Ritual, that you can start thinking about getting like a Pass in Flames in here. Have you considered that?
Yes, but there's just not a high enough density of... In fact, that was the last cut that I made recently from the sideboard.
Yeah.
Because there's like...
awkward with Burning Wish, Rite of Flame, Echo, like all those cards make it like not ideal. So I feel like during the games you're playing, you for sure would be knowing if you wanted it or not.
There are points where it allows you to just have a deterministic line, especially with Wish. You can Wish for that and Past in Flames, cast Wish again, get Grape Shot them, and then flash back Past in Flames and Grape Shot, and you don't need too much to be able to do it. But obviously it's a small reason because we're only running one Wish, and after playing the deck for months, I finally realized that we just weren't using it, and like there's other things that we need to...
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I can tell this list is pretty tuned, and I like that about like a Storm list. Like, it's easy to look at a Storm card and be like, this card's broken, but it's really important how it like plays out in the context of the deck, so that makes sense to me.
I guess one last thing before we go to the sideboard, because I think we pretty much covered the deck, is the importance of Chrome Mox's efficacy, how effective this card is, right? Because, obviously these lands help that, being able to imprint, but right, you look for that sort of thing in your opener, right? When you think about this stuff, you think, I need my opener to be efficient. Well, this deck, that's all it does is look at openers, right? It looks at, so whatever weight you put on, whatever the importance you put on Chrome Mox being able to imprint that, just multiply it by 3 or 4, because this deck not only echoes multiple times every game, but it needs to successfully convert those echoes multiple times every single game. So I can't stress the importance. Just even adding this, now that we're on another color, has it's good. It's very good.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Some good deck building here. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of Echo Baons in Legacy, but I played a ton of the Wheel of Fortune Storm deck in Vintage. That was like my favorite deck for a long time. And it's like similar kind of logic on like your deck building decisions and like the cards you can play and stuff. Like, you need to have good opening hands.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of them.
It's a sweet card. So you want to poke around the sideboard a little bit here?
Yeah, I noticed that the entire sideboard obviously can get got by Wish, but it can get by Burning Wish also.
That is basically coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, Speed of Storm is just like a really good card for the deck, right? Like, I imagine Leyline of the Void is pretty annoying, and it just kills Thalia and stuff too. Collector.
Yep. Deafening Silence and Leyline of the Void are the big things, but yeah, it kills obviously all sorts of stuff. And then, of course, it glaringly does not touch artifacts, which is why... actually, 8 cast is really the reason why we have 3 artifact destruction spells, but...
when you sideboard against those decks, which one do you leave in your sideboard? Or do you leave one in your sideboard, or you just think that that's not a way to win? Or what?
Oh, I always leave one Shattering Spree in my sideboard. Absolutely.
Okay. Makes sense.
Feed the Swarm I tend to bring in all in, although I don't know. The deck really wants 4 Feed the Swarm. Because it wants to bring in 3, but it does really want 1 in the sideboard.
Yeah, I wonder if you could play like a...
If there wasn't so much Delver, like I wouldn't have to play 3 empties.
Yeah.
We could play Void Snare. That's what I play in Mono Red.
Yeah, well, anything else about the deck that I missed, you think, in my musings?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything. Let's jam some games. Give me...
Cool. So when I see this opening hand, yeah, I mean, is this what you sign up for with this deck, right? Do you just throw it down? Because you can't really be mulliganing to like defense grid.
It's disingenuous to say this is what you sign up for. It is a Belcher deck, but there are a lot of hands that are more resilient or have, protection. But when you have something as powerful as this, you don't say no to it. Oh my God, is it the mirror?
What's the mirror like? Wild?
I mean, they're playing basic mountain, but it might be a variant.
Exciting.
We started on the mirror. Oh,
yeah, I guess when I said I use that phrase like this is what you sign up for, like when I play Ant 2, where it's like you put these cards in your deck, so it's like mostly it's like I'm asking like, do you keep like a hand like this? It's like do you keep turn 1 hands just.
Yes, if they're that powerful, like this is, this we can probably get double LED.
Yeah, right, because you can go Shadow Skull smashing. Yeah, well.
I was gonna say if we drew like Rite of Flame, we could possibly get 3 LEDs.
Oh yeah.
Hollow one, like we're just gonna. They're not gonna have a good time.
Our Gamble's a better card than their Gamble. We'll see. This is exciting.
I guess it's not the mirror.
Maybe it's the mirror with Hollow One tech.
And it hit the echo too. That's funny. So I have sound effects that unfortunately Cyrus can't see, but in a situation like this, you're gonna hear the cha-ching, and when we wheel. All right, here we go. Blue, red. Red is more important.
You don't try to leave an LED for echo, right?
No. Sometimes I'll leave an LED because I don't want to redraw it, but
makes sense.
So Reckless Impulse is our only action, which is certainly unfortunate. I think I'm fine with just casting it and not playing anything else, because if it whiffs, we probably want to hold cards for relay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, did we whiff? Did we whiff?
Oh wait.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
Did we whiff? Did we? I don't think we did. See how this Chromux, like this Shatter Skull here, is huge.
Yeah, the Shatter Skull and Agamon's Awakening were unintuitive to me at first, but they make a lot of sense.
So they're just dead. 4, 7, 4, 5, 8. We can even play grid, even though it's unnecessary, but it is free. So 2, 3, 6. So we might as well just go right ahead. Give him a spanking.
This deck seems very fun.
So there's a very loud, as if you won at a casino sound happening right now. Usually when Tendrils is on the stack, that's what's happening.
I love that.
So it's madness. I don't think we actually. You know what? They've been bringing in Leyline, but the only thing we have to worry about is Leyline and Mindbreak Trap. So I do like to leave in a certain number of grids because the matchup is so good, and that's one of the only ways that we can lose it. But like I said,
for non-blue decks, you probably have to leave in some grids, right? If Mindbreak's popular.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often it just stays in, at least in some number.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, if it would be worth it to play any discard spells, but discard is just pretty awkward right now, especially with Ragavan.
Mm-hmm. I've played some discard in this, and it is fine. It's good. The biggest... Well, let me figure out what I'm getting. I guess I'll just take an Opal out. The biggest problem with it is the deck just can't really support 6 protection spells. It's
and
just
Fence
too.
Raid's kind of a much
Yeah.
more powerful one than like a single Thoughtseize.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. But Thoughtseize is good, especially with relay. Like, it it attaches draw a card to Thoughtseize, and then like post board games, you can strip away the one card because you'll echo, right, draw them into 7 cards, and you're like, shit, they're gonna have a hate bear for this relay, and the relay is not gonna do anything. But if you can Thoughtseize like the one, clears the way. Yeah.
Yeah, can turn 1 echo, and then it also has some other things going on.
It doesn't have much else.
It's just a little awkward against Leyline, but
Yeah.
it does have the mana to cast your removal spell, and then it has Galvanic Relay at least.
Because the hand is pretty much land echo LED, which is pretty good against Mindbreak Trap. So I mean, we definitely keep it. I'm not like, yeah. So we can play a little bit patient and hope to get a decent relay.
Hi, I suck at MTG, Jordan. Yeah, that first game was awesome. We both just played
Hey, this could be good. I'm just gonna F6. It didn't change our hand.
That's so funny. We drew Oh, unlucky. Well, they were having a pretty good turn.
Those are some good ones. Holy shit.
Yeah, Legacy's wild now.
Okay, that was a good draw. So we still have to be patient. I think I want to... Oh, no, we can't be patient. How much are we taking here? 3. They can pump once, so 3, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I feel like we're not winning this in one turn. So we have to, like, assume that we are going to get 2 turns.
Yeah. Definitely, I wouldn't say we should be going for...
So we're passing. I want to play... No, I can't afford to play Badlands.
Yeah, you just play that tap, right? Yeah. We have a lot of good draws, too, though.
And then we're relaying next turn. And then hopefully not dying, killing them the following turn. Right? They attack us. We relay. They attack us. We're hoping we don't die in the second attack.
Yeah.
And then we win off the relay.
To escape Ox.
8.
Okay, cool. So they're still a little far away from that. What are they doing? The Lion's Eye Diamond Gamble Mirror.
Classic.
Alright, what's the best card we could draw here?
Probably another 0 in LED, so that we have Black Lotus for our relay.
Right. Well, the next one's probably LED. That's how it works.
So we'll just imprint Entomb. Or do you want to imprint Echo? It's likely going to get exiled anyways, although not necessarily. If we flip a Feed the Swarm, we might actually make use of it. So I guess I'm going to...
Yeah, just if you'd rather have black or blue mana, right? It seems like we have 2... We don't really... Probably more valuable to have blue mana. If
I agree. I agree with that, which is why I was considering imprinting it. But I might, if we flip, Feed the Swarm and remove the ley line, we're gonna want it in our hand.
Yeah, we're probably gonna need to remove. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense then to leave it because it's like it's pretty unlikely we're gonna use blue mana this game. But the ways that we could win this game are gonna be like Feed the Swarm or Burning Wish anyways, or Wish. So that makes sense.
We can get blue from LED as well.
Yeah.
Impulse and pedal. Maybe we have a grid, but
Start. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to leave that.
oh wait, are we dead because they have LED for extra mana, extra pump? Well, they cast this though. 3, 6. They missed lethal. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, they missed it.
Yeah, I always gotta look for lines of diamond activate Basking Root Wall, classic lethal lines of diamond line.
Jack got it. Isaka got it.
Well, they even had the land they could have played too for lethal. They had lethal multiple ways. I don't mind. It was turn 3. Sorry.
So
well, let's
we want to draw another LED, and then we want our thing to hit Burning Wish.
It's gonna happen.
And they're empty, so we don't have to worry about Mind Break Trap. Until we echo, of course. That's an Ox. Oh no! Well, oh yes!
It's all coming together.
You're right. Oh man. Okay. So, before you just like start throwing zeros out there, you do always have to realize that Bergie is in the deck. I kind of want
right
to Reckless from
We
hand.
have access to 4 mana up front, right? And then the lowest pedal's 5. And we have 2 LEDs, so
I'm gonna
I guess
Reckless
it makes
from
sense
hand.
it makes sense to Reckless Impulse first from hand, right?
It's worth noting that if we play this untapped, we cannot peer. This will actually be at 1. They could have Force of Vigor. I should have played LED.
Yeah, they probably would have done it in response. No, they probably wouldn't have. They probably would want to hit both LEDs. It's weird that they would have Force of Vigor and not cast in your upkeep, though, if their goal is to destroy Chromox and Lions of Diamond.
That's true. Huh, we did it.
Oh, this deck is awesome. Can we defense grid too?
And we can just imprint the Shatter Skull.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3, 6, 7, 8,
We can defense
9.
grid if we Chromox if we Chromox the Entomb, right?
We can, but then we only have 7. We can't peer. But do we have lethal? I guess is the question.
2, 3,
So Storm
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess we're short lethal by 1.
6, 7, 8. Unless Impulse hits something, but I think I'd rather just peer here.
I feel like if we find anything that makes mana, or we
Off the
we'll see.
Impulse.
So, if we impulse first off of like Chromox, imprinting Shadow Skull, smashing, then our outs are, because that would give us Storm 1. Anything that makes a mana would be a kill, right? Including a land.
I think I would rather put them on not having Mind Break Trap and going with because peer is like you win.
Yeah. If you, I just haven't cast Peer in this deck. I was just thinking like, what's more likely? If you just win when you cast Peer, then for sure.
You do. The only question is if they have Trap, which we're just gonna assume they don't. I guess we don't have to. Or yeah, we do. Yeah, they're F6th.
Nice. Yeah, Peer are very complementary to Burning Wish decks for sure.
Boink.
Sick.
And I'll just do some clickies.
This is awesome. Yeah, I haven't been winning a lot with ants, so this is getting me interested for sure.
Good to hear. And you're dead.
Seems like lethal to me.
It's up there. All right, I'm actually gonna kind of avoid the sound effects because I can't hear you when they're happening. So. All right, so turn.
Yeah, there's been so many new cards that make this deck like so much more powerful than what it was doing before. Like, I mean, Echo's not that new at all anymore, obviously, but like Wish is obviously a cool card, and then Galvanic Relay, Dispel Lands, Pure.
Yep. Yeah, originally, like, I just took some random bonus round Ruby Storm deck list, and then I'm looking at the sideboard like, why is this not playing all these busted cards?
Yeah, sometimes people just keep copying the same deck list, and it's, oh, this has to be a good hand, right? Well, I guess you're kind of like a red mana away from doing anything. But there's a lot of things that make red mana in the deck, right? So it's like...
I think it's fine, though. I think we can... I think I want to keep...
I would keep this hand.
Put them on being blue. Imprint my Entomb. Get a Volcanic. And play Grid. Hope we don't get Wastelanded. And hope we draw more mana.
Yeah, that's the play that I would make. I mean... How I think about this deck is like in terms of like the engine of it is like so many cards in the deck make mana, so it's like if you're keeping a hand based on the fact that the only thing it needs is mana, it's like I usually feel reasonably safe doing that. Whereas like you can't really keep a hand that's all mana and be like, well, I hope I draw Burning Wish. Like,
yep. Sometimes I do it if I have grids and I know I'm against blue.
Yeah.
And then even
like,
then, still you get punished.
Even or like I don't know about this deck, but like I know sometimes against like Eldrazi, I'll keep a hand that has like 2 Abrupt Decays or something because I'm like, well.
Right. Even then, sometimes you get punished. It's like turn 7 didn't draw any action. Okay, next game.
That does happen a lot. That's a.
Oh boy. Okay, well, I swear every time I keep a grid hand, it's not a grid deck we're playing against.
Yeah, I mean defense grid. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Because it doesn't make freaking Chancellor get turned off at all. Yeah, 61 card Reanimator, nice. Maybe it's not Maybe it's not Reanimator then if they're playing 61 cards. It might be a weird deck, but...
It's true. So the awkward thing is, of course, if we imprint Dark Ritual, we don't have that much mana. But if we imprint either of these, then... discard will leave us with no action. I kind of want to imprint the Dark Ritual.
Chancellor of the Annex, or was it something else?
Yeah,
it was Chancellor of the Annex. Okay.
I kind of want to imprint Dark Ritual because they might take Burning Wish, in which case we are very close to just echoing.
Yeah, I like taking Dark Ritual or imprinting Dark Ritual and entombing for.
Oh yeah, we can just actually cast it right now.
Yeah, that insulates you super well against discard.
Hi Tony, is alchemy any fun? What do you mean? What's alchemy? Is that a card? Yeah, it is, right?
It's a new Magic format that's arena only.
Oh.
They're like making a bunch of cards that are arena only cards that are like just don't really function how they could function in paper. So they're basically trying to make it even a little bit more like a digital card game. But oh, interesting. This is like Uppsala spells or something.
Yeah, that's not good for us. It's where if we have like a turn 1 and go for it, we're favored. If we win the die roll and have a fast hand, we are favored. But if we keep a slow hand like this, although they kept Chancellor Thoughtseize and let's draw mana. Do we think they're hand? No, I mean we have to go for it. Or we don't have to, but I think it's correct. We have no land drop. Hoping to draw more LEDs and echoes, or one echo, multiple LEDs. Opal is on.
Let's see. So here you could like play Burgee and pass or something, but that doesn't seem great.
3.
Okay.
You can gamble for echo, and we can reckless impulse. Hope to hit LED, and then our gamble can echo. Be imprinting wish. Burgee pass is pretty tempting though.
Yeah, I don't hate that. It gives us like a lot of options, and it's like, I mean, what are the chances we're just like dead next turn versus them having like interaction, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean their deck mulligans a lot because they do get to, you know, have 8 cards and 1 mana in play, but odds aren't very high of just hitting LED.
For pass, what would we be imprinting?
Wish.
Like it doesn't seem terrible to me to like imprint like
Reckless impulse. Yeah, because then we have 2 more deterministic. Like wish can. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a Burgee in play. Wish puts us to 3, and then we can gamble for. Like we'll be hellbent, wish, cast gamble, and then we can cast echo.
One. Yeah, because we still all like the way this is bad is like they kill us, but it's like I think like trying to have the thing of like we hit like an exact card and also are hoping our opponent doesn't kill us is.
Yeah, I think they have a higher chance of not having a good hand.
Yeah.
Or if they discard us here, it's fine.
Exactly. Like this is good against discard and stuff too. Also, now we have 3/3 in play, so.
Tapped. Blocker? They're just playing a blocker. Pass. Oh my god.
Yeah. I've never had one play like this blocker.
Okay, so I think we're supposed to Burning Wish for Echo, Wish for Gamble. How can we like actually get hellbent? I wish we had a Faithless Looting in our yard.
You could Burning Wish.
Or we can just wish because that'll get out of her hand. 2, 3, that'll be 3, but then Burning Wish puts us to 2, so we can't cast both of these. Do we have to just gamble for an LED? Hope to hit it?
You could like lead on Burning Wish for Echo and then gamble for LED. And then it's like your only bad discard then is the LED.
I think I just want to gamble for LED. Because then we're in the same spot and then we can decide what we want to do with Burning Wish. Although I don't think there's a difference there. I don't think it matters. Or yeah, it does. Because if gambled, we want to gamble. Because if we get our LED, then we don't have to waste the 2 mana for.
Yeah, good point.
Or no, then we're gonna cast it anyways. If we get LED and then we're left with Wish, then we're gonna be wishing for gamble to get Echo.
Yeah, my logic is it's like.
I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm
gonna do it your way. I can't.
I think you were right though. I think your logic makes sense, but this way, I mean, it's still.
But either way, we're gonna be casting Burning Wish to get Echo anyways, or casting Wish. I don't know.
Yeah, so might as well do the lower mana. Right, fingers crossed.
If it hits, we do have another chance with Wish into Gamble. So we have a 2/3 chance, and then we have a 50-50.
This is exciting. Nice.
Booyah. Now we have virtually infinite mana. We just need to hit action. So I use 1 blue. I'm going to use all the red here because we're always going to have red.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh. Okay, so we're probably going to... Oh, we're just going to horn.
Love playing the horn.
Let's get horny.
Deck, but the best Cube Storm deck ever. It's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like once you have your deck in your hand, it's like some of the times it's like a crazy puzzle, and then some of the times you're just like, all right, let me just get a ton of spells on this deck here.
Yep, I win. Echo plus horn is GG. Oh, we already got it.
Yeah, Vertige is. Yeah, I like the two in this deck. That makes a lot of sense to me. Because it's not as good, like you said, to play it early because you don't have the soul lands, but it's like, I mean, in this game situation, it's like we played it on turn 2 and it was really powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like the end of the world if it's in our opener, but like here, perfect. Draw 7, virtually infinite mana. That's exactly
the two Vertiges are looking sick of this game for sure. They're both in play.
That's all you need.
It's also an artifact from Mox Cycle. Not that we need it here, but...
Oh, they're at 12. And this is more than enough anyways. Got him.
Yeah, this deck is definitely... I've been thinking a lot since Echo Vans has gotten printed, like, the best ways to take advantage of it, and I was pretty disappointed that the main way was that Chalice of the Void deck that, you know, that people aren't even playing anymore, but this deck
8
definitely
cast?
seems better with Echo than that deck, yeah. Well, yeah, now it just plays the Thought Monitor, right?
I'd say the other deck that abuses it the most is the all artifact deck.
Yeah, and then Tess plays it too.
Yeah.
I don't know how crazy Tess goes off with it, but...
No, it's like a backup plan. They have one in the main, one in the side. Alright, so that was a turn 3. So we are heavily favored at this point. We're probably going to lose this game, but game 3 is
yeah, classic
losable, but difficult to lose. Just love how hard it wins when it goes off. It's so satisfying. Yes, yes. Okay, so they sometimes bring in Leyline of Sanctity. That's about it, which we don't really.
You still just wish for Feed the Swarm or like Empty or whatever.
Right. Just saying, is Grid is actually a dead card. They don't have Flusters. They bring in Surgicals? No, I haven't really. Yeah. So I guess we just bring like, if they have like discard and put artifacts into play, these can be helpful. I think I'm fine just bringing this one in. I'm not really going to be wishing for it. And then if they go like creature pass, we can kill it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
It's having war cards that imprint too, I mean, it's good.
Yes, which is, I'd say, slightly more important than Metalcraft. This is a mull. It's close, but
because you can like turn 2 go like I think it's like some decks this would be a key, but it doesn't seem like it's probably keeping this matchup.
Hmm. Yeah. This is fine.
Yeah, you're on the gamble for LED plan probably, right?
Mm-hmm. Gonna want black, red.
It's funny because of London Mulligan. I always feel like all my opponents are putting a Leyline avoid into play now because that used to be like they would pause like this.
Yeah. Oh, wow, they mulled a 4. Oh man.
So,
They can win off 4 though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've lost this deck on turn 1 on the old 4.
Do they have it? Yep. Let's just take a peek. I used to like reveal it and it wait. Yeah, and it was all like neat and in order. The heck. Anything out of the ordinary they bring in, so they have discard.
A couple Leyline Sanctities are a bunch, but we don't really care that much about that card, right?
No.
Seems like when we go off, we'll be able to basically just cast a lot of things a lot of the time.
We're not even playing Jessica's will, so we don't have to worry about targeting them for mana.
What is Jessica's will?
That's the 2-1 red Commander Legends card that is modal. You can choose one. If you have a commander in play, you can do both. But so you choose one of which is just an act on impulse, which is exile the top 3 of your library. You can play them this turn only.
Yeah,
and then there's a mana mode where you target your opponent and you gain a red for each card in their hand.
Sweet.
Which, yeah, it's really good when you echo and you have grid in play because it's just 7 red. So yeah, we're just going to run this back. Again, if you just...
Or maybe better than Shattering Spree. Like, how often are we Shattering Spreeing their artifacts?
What'd you say? What was the...
Feed the Swarm, is it better than Shattering Spree?
Yeah, I mean, they're both kind of the same plan, hoping they put stuff into play and pass. But yeah, it's probably more likely that they'd put creature into play and pass.
It's nice because it can like answer a Leyline like game 1 if we needed to, like having one more in there.
Yeah, if we
If we still want one in the sideboard to wish for, but
wish there was a home for 1,000-Year Storm, Bolus's Citadel, and Legacy. Those cards are so fun to play in Cube Storm. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, those cards are awesome. I know that's kind of what's funny about cards like Mind's Desire and Yawgmoth's Bargain and stuff. Is it's like we have cards that are like pretty similar to those cards that are legal now and don't do anything. This is a sick hand, right?
Yeah, this is one away from a peer, but this is a an echo with 4 floating. The land drop.
Seems good.
Not bad.
I'd keep.
Sorry, OP. You know it's not going to get better from here. And important to note, this deck is very capable of just playing around graveyard interaction. Usually you can just not give them priority. So we're going to wind up with 4 mana, right? The key number for this deck is 3. Basically, if I already have 3 mana, I'm not looking to put more mana into my deck. So I'm okay with just leaving this pedal here. Obviously, also, if we fizzle, we still have it in play, but not looking to fizzle. Looking to win.
It's a good explanation. It's hard for me to have any questions because you keep answering them all before I can ask.
Sorry.
Right.
So what would you do here?
Well, let's see. We're probably going to want to use this Burgee as the horn. I'm guessing we have
This is an example of like if we didn't have this card, if it was any other piece of action that just like did a little bit of something, it's like this just gives us it's insane right now.
Hey Mario, yeah, I mean the card just being like a split card is like so nice in this deck, and the fact that like one side imprints to Chrome Mox and the other side turns on Mox Opal is also like just kind of cool.
It's busted on both sides.
Yeah, this was a card I learned about from Cube Storm, and I was like, whoa. But it's a combo of Shenanigans too.
Gamble is good, so we need to hit mana. We might need these opals.
Yeah, I'd say those should be the last cards that we discard, right?
If we hit an LED, we win. Dark Ritual probably does it. We just need... it's close. Need more zeros. LED. LED.
LED. Oof.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah,
we have to keep
yeah.
going. Son of a bitch. That's insane.
No, we're talking about.
That is insane.
Maybe their hand's bad.
Right? Hey!
I never played that deck, Jordan, but I remember that deck, the Magus of the Mind deck, the Tin Fins one. Alright.
Look at this. So we can put Echo into our graveyard pass. That's probably our best bet.
Yeah, that seems better than trying to hit anything off the horn.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's our last Echo. That's okay. If we cast it, we
Good news
win.
is we have a lot of lines of diamonds left in our deck, so.
We do have blue too, so like land plus Rite of Flame or something. Oh, they're passing.
Oh my god. Echo's so good.
Okay. I think
Oh,
we
I'm
want to
sure.
flip. So close.
Yes, you just play it for Metalcraft, right?
Yeah.
And you play the Rite of Flame for future.
Yep. Don't do it, OP. What's up,
Don't do it.
Romario? How you doing, man? Did you ever play that Magus of the Mind with Shallow Grave deck? Greg Mitchell was big on that, if you know who that is. I don't know who that is. Magus of the Mind. Which one's that?
It's the Mind's Desire Magus.
Oh.
It was like Tin Fins, but it would play like the Mind's Desire Magus and Bristlebrand.
Oh, shit! Here it comes.
Yeah, I think we have those Feed the Swarms in our deck.
Right.
Lions Eye down.
It's so close.
Yeah, we're definitely not supposed to feed the swarm deck. We have the option.
You can. Oh, no, 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 no. Attack.
Kill us.
Do you think they have a shit ton of mana in their hand? Or do you think they have, like,
Yeah, I think they have
a
shit
bunch
ton
of
mana
ley
to
lines
work
and...
with, really.
Yeah. Alright, we should be able to win here. Yep.
This seems like more likely to work. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to ditch. We're definitely going to be hitting land drops, so I'm going to ditch that. We're certainly not going to be imprinting something for mana, so we're going to ditch that. We're at 19. It looks like we have a pier. If we have a pier here, I'm just going to play it out and do that. We have 1,
Yeah, they didn't show any ways to interact.
4, 7, so we don't yet have one. Although I think we have lethal, which is like grape shot into tendrils. Entomb doesn't do anything because we don't have any more echoes.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I guess, Pier +1 will kill too, but
I think we could just Burgie into kill them.
that's what I was thinking too. What's the weirdest card you've tried out in this deck that did not work?
Is it Signet?
That's a good one. A good cube card.
This is when I was really pushing the theory of playing to the board and having permanence.
Yeah.
And it fixed.
It seems like that's a good place to be in Legacy.
I wanted to get away from the whole bonus round, like spells on the stack. It always felt so awful when when they didn't die, because then you had nothing.
Yeah, I think it's always good to think about like being a good version of your deck and not a bad version of another deck. And I think for a long time there was a lot of decks in Legacy that were bad versions of Ant, and now Ant is just like all those decks kind of reinvented themselves to just have their own identity and be really powerful and do things better than Ant, you know? They
got a lot of cards. I feel like Ant was just like inherently super powerful that if you really started printing more cards for it, it would just be, it's so straightforward. Like, what are you gonna?
Pretty careful with the combo cards now that they print that they're not great in Ant.
Yep.
6, yeah. Turn 5.
I can't remember the last time I've won that when we lost the die roll. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
Pretty wild.
Combo mirrors can be so funny like that sometimes. Especially, I imagine when you have Echo Veons in your deck, you play some weird games of Magic.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, where you're sure you're dead in the water, and it's like a super important game, and then your opponent just passes.
Yeah, or starts casting Dark Amiibos. You're like, wait, what's going on here?
Listen, I've killed a Chancellor of the Annex with Blast Zone, okay?
That's
and then
awesome.
And then won the game.
That's really cool.
It was Echo. We both passed back and forth like 5 or 6 times, and I just started ticking it up for when they put a monster into play, and it happened.
Oh, baby. Nice thought. All right. I mean, yeah, this is a good hand, right?
Yeah, it's another like kind of glass cannon hand, but.
Whoa!
Fuck! I have not seen that.
Right,
so this is not what we wanted to see.
Is this like a worst matchup Delver, you think, or?
It's definitely one of the most difficult, which is why we have these empties. I think. I was considering playing LED out and gambling for grid, but we're probably gonna get wastelanded.
I kind of like casting Rite of Flame here.
Just going for it, hoping they have like days, and they.
The thing is, like, next turn they're for sure gonna probably cantrip and they're gonna surveil. It's like I would lead on the Rite of Flame because they might, or like I guess you lead on the lines. I mean, they might not. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Sure. But this might actually be better because you kind of want them to daze the Rite of Flame. No, you don't. But
yeah, it's essentially the same line. It's a little worse, but. I think I would pay for it for LED because we're basically banking on them having days, not force. Like we're
with decks like this, I played a lot of like defense grid, Belcher, kind of weird decks like that, and it's like this deck is a lot more resilient than them. But it's like always with Storm, you're just thinking like, how can I freaking turn my cards into duress as if my opponent does something? All right. So now do you gamble for another LED?
Yeah, if we're going for it this turn, which is it's kind of what's happening here. They didn't daze the Rite of Flame.
Yeah, they might have Force of Will, but their chances of having Force of Will are only going to increase the longer the game goes on. So it's like, I think the fact that we beat most of the free counters they have is good.
Well, I had to use the sound effect there that as if you just like died in Pac-Man.
That's a good one for that. The discarding the card you shoot her for.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fingers crossed. Darn.
Yeah, we'll just... I'll take a couple draws, because the thing about the design of this deck is that, like, when you're hellbent and have no resources, you can still pull off an echo with a couple of draws.
Yeah. Well, how I think about it is our opponent's for sure like not that likely to kill us in 7 turns, and any 7-card hand that we have from this position is pretty likely to win. So it's like, it sucks that you should just sit there forever, but I think this game still seems pretty winnable.
Yeah.
Our opponent has 3 cards in hand and 1 power in play. Like, they're not doing that much better than us for now.
We want relay hands against them, basically, or like grid hands.
Yeah, you're trying to like natural storm with like grid, relay, MT. You can do something if you draw on the land.
Deck's like, you wanted a grid hand? Yeah, we're hoping for land so we can cast this, and then something like LED into Gamble or LED into Entomb, or even just an Entomb or a Gamble, so that we can, like, Gamble while you're hellbent is nice because you can just put it right where it wants to go. So if you're just joining, I do apologize again. My green screen is not ideal here. We had some technical difficulties, but we wanted to just get things going, so here we are.
Yeah, you'll have to miss out on my beautiful face too, but
yeah,
just so everyone knows, I have a mustache.
He does.
I gotta get my cat in. He's freaking out.
Okay.
Baby. Feeling good now?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it seems like things are going bad for us, but that is what happens when you know.
At least it's still a 1/1.
Yeah, that card is really good, but I don't always know that the decks that are playing it seem like they're the best constructed to turn on Delirium against combo decks. Because it can be hard to put a creature into the graveyard. Like without any bobbles or anything, that thing just stays at 1/1 a lot of the time in my experience against combo.
I mean, you were right. We got a ton of draws. We just didn't draw all that well.
Yeah, it's just like Rose suck too in the way it's landed us, but it's like. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time activating lands, and I went on turn 1 and not winning the game, so. I definitely spent time thinking about what this means. Are we supposed to just
go for a relay? Yeah, we might be dead, huh? No.
Yeah, I might as well save it for the.
And they'll probably just counter this, but.
Yeah.
Or something before the relay. Or maybe I shouldn't have. I forgot we had Dark Ritual. Whatever.
Yeah, your sideboard against Delver is going to be interesting too, because I imagine you're bringing in the empties, so it's like, could you do like a little bit of a transformation, or what do you shave? Or days tempo. I guess these decks don't always play Delver anymore, but.
I used to always trim Jeska's Will, but we're not playing that. Just some of the weaker cards, I guess. Oh, you know what?
I don't know if you wanted to shave like the more expensive cards like Burgie. Like, can be kind of awkward against them. Wish can be kind of awkward. Like, especially if you're bringing in win conditions, it's like.
I usually take the Wish out and then just. Opal's pretty unreliable, so I'm fine with just running 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want to keep the Burgies. But yeah, we can afford to get rid of Wish because we're bringing win cons in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
11 lands, yep.
Yeah, lots of artifacts though.
Did it just say we won the die roll?
Nice.
This is not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's close, right? But it really, it's probably not gonna ever do anything against.
Fine with this.
Yeah. What do you bottom here? An LED, right? Or no?
Yeah, because the hand really wants to go land pass.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of awkward to bottom a land, but then you don't really want to bottom a 0 for LED. But it might just be worth it. Still good enough to just go like, you know, relay for 3, and then you still have access to the LED echo. I guess I think I would bottom the second LED is my thought, but
Yeah, it's either that or echo.
yeah, I like having echo. I mean, I think that we can't be like sure this relay is gonna hit, you know.
But with LEDs, they're Black Lotus, so it's like really makes the relay potent. And usually they pinch us on mana.
Good point. 'Cause it also adds it for. Yeah, we might be likely enough to just hit it off the relay. I see what you're saying.
Because with relay, like, you have to use those cards.
Yeah.
It's like you got to make it work.
Yeah, this would be cool. I haven't seen really put on the stack too often, but I was thinking about trying it and yeah too. So
Trying what? I'm sorry.
trying relay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's busted. Okay, that's too late.
Do you play a land here?
I don't.
I feel like I would be inclined just to say go.
Yeah.
Like it's specifically bad if you draw one of your 9 remaining lands, but also your opponent could have another wasteland or like, you know, you could draw anything that's not a land, not an artifact spell.
Yep. Although a number of the artifacts are fine.
Yeah, good point.
Opal or petal, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah, because they can't counter the relay. I mean, they can kind of think you get off the relay, but
And they very well might.
yeah. Mulliganing sucks. We should just never have to mulligan.
Oh, they didn't. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
hard.
interesting that people don't go for the days, like don't see like the empty thing coming, but
Especially with the relay too. It's a whole mana less, so
yeah.
feel pretty good
kinda
about
stick
relay
with
for
the
5.
them.
Empties, probably fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good relay.
I like this.
Yeah.
I
Five's
won't.
good spells. I guess the Rite of Flames are kind of overkill, but
There's one card that I won't say its name. If they hit Gamble, then they might be able to go find it. Actually, I'm not going to do the whole like, oh, don't say it, because they're going to... Meltdown. We don't want to see Meltdown here. I'd rather just...
yeah, I actually didn't know what card you were talking about, so I was like, what?
Was Reckless Impulse a big deal for this deck? It's definitely a big deal for Mono Red, because Mono Red in its place was playing 3 Faithless Looting, which was just not cutting it. I was just waiting for something to come out. For this deck, actually, yes, to answer your question, it's also a big deal, because the reason why I had actually given up on Black Red is because it just didn't have a high enough density of action, and this fixed that. This and playing 2 Burgies. The cards that it replaced were like, you know, trying out like a couple Thoughtseize and a couple Manamorphose. It's like Manamorphose was good because a lot of times you need that fixing, but there's obviously just more inherently, like you want a more inherently powerful option than Manamorphose.
Is sending out finding out the balance of the business spells and the mana, and like the spell lands and everything, I imagine was pretty tricky in this deck because you're seeing so much of your deck every game.
Mm-hmm.
But then your opening hand matters a lot. I mean, just like your opening hand matters over and over again. It's like,
yep. So
yeah, I've never been a great deck builder, so it's always cool to see decks get kind of tuned and built like this. Sorry, what were you saying?
no, that's I I spend a lot of time thinking about decks. Like I'll just put the list in front of me and just fucking stare at it and kick things around my head. You know, it'll be like middle of the day and I'll think of something like, oh shit, and then my brain will just be like not able to wait until I can like test something.
Yeah, Moto is freaking great for that. I'm the opposite. I just played the exact same 75 for years until I figured out how to play it, and then but that works for me. Yes, he definitely does Reckless Impulse first here, right?
Yeah. Doesn't really matter on the colors.
Is that how you came upon Spell Stutter Sprite, Ahsoka MTG?
Oh,
Deep in the tank.
look at this. We can blow their shit up too.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, you were saying this Shadow Skull Smashing is actually a pretty good card in this deck.
Mm-hmm.
What are they gonna do? Counter it? Like, 2 more goblins. Oh, this is awesome. And we get to keep our LEDs too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of opponents probably assume that you're getting really lucky a lot with this deck, but then it's like the way that your deck is constructed, that's really the only thing that you can do. Like,
Yes. Yeah, they'll like. Oh, they did counter it. That's funny. I'm not sure if that's better. That, I mean, probably their only out is finding their sweeper. So that doesn't necessarily mean they have the sweeper, right? It just means like that's their out. So they might cantrip for it. They just scooped it up.
Nice.
I feel like that's wrong to do that because I mean a lot of lists are not playing that, whatever that new Blazing Volley card is, but I've noticed some are starting to play it again. But they just reveal to us that they don't play it, or
yeah, people leak a lot of information for sure playing against Storm. It's like because like they don't always consider like the things that you're playing around and how you're sideboarding, and then you're like, okay, good, I'll check that off the list of things I need to worry about.
Right. So if you're watching and thinking about sideboarding for this, you might be thinking like, oh, why don't you bring in removal? Like, well, I guess Feed the Swarm isn't great, but even in past iterate, or like, why don't you bring in Grape Shot? And well, I have tested so many different things against Delver trying to improve the matchup. Empty is the only thing that has actually improved the matchup, but I've done all sorts of things like bringing like running Pyroblast and bringing Pyroblast, extra bolts. In Mono Red I have a Chain Lightning, bringing that in. Basically if you start bringing in removal and diluting your deck, you slow the game down to their level. Like they're better at that game, you know, and then they just play a big dumb 8/8, and or you echo successfully and then you have removal in your hand instead of cards that actually win you the game. So I found just literally putting your best foot forward, that foot being one that we are already pre-site. Like we build this deck to fight against blue and tempo. The grids, the relays, and then empty is just like, you know, more of that. It's nice that we have incidental removal like Shatter Skull. If it lines up, great. If not, that's, you know, that's not necessarily what it's there for.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking about how to best combat Delver, and I think, you know, the problem is that really what you're doing when you're playing against Delver is like, you know, it's all like the dazed shell is one thing, and like Carpet of Flowers removal is good against some dazed shells, like not Carpet of Flowers up necessarily in this deck obviously, but like a green splat. But the current iteration with Expressive Iteration and then Ragavan and Murktide, it's like you really don't want to be playing a 1-for-1 game with that deck. Like you're for sure gonna lose that battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like I agree with you. Might as well just do the thing you're good at, which is being Storm.
This hand is hilarious. Oh my god, that was so good.
Yeah, that was extremely.
So I want to start with Petal. And then I'm gonna
You really,
I'm
yeah.
gonna play the other pedal because I don't necessarily want to. Actually, yeah, I do want to imprint a Dark Ritual either way, so I guess I'll play the Chromux. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter too much here.
I think the thing is here is you really want one of your rituals probably to not resolve and one of them to resolve, and you want your Lotus Petals to resolve for sure. And it's like thinking about that's pretty interesting because it's like, what order is my opponent more likely to counter a Lotus Petal for Storm Count, like early or late, you know? But like here, I think I'll just play the pedal.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter. No, yeah. You just don't want like days plus force to get you somehow. Nice.
Do we want to use all of these? 5, 6.
I think leaving one in your hand seems reasonable. Are we likely to be bottlenecked on mana next turn with one Lotus Petal, one Dark Ritual, and 7 new cards? Or one Lotus Petal, one Chromux, and 7 new cards? Like, how much mana do you think this deck usually needs to get going? Like,
3 is the magic nut. Like, if we have more spells and just up to 3 mana and another relay, then we'll probably get some.
Is like, we're pretty likely to hit a business spell off of 6 cards, right? So it's like, is the best card that we could flip going to be better than Dark Ritual? Or like the average card that we're going to flip, like,
Right.
better than Dark Ritual?
Probably not. I think I'm fine with leaving one in my hand.
Yeah, I agree with that too, especially with like days, you know, maybe they destroy one of our artifacts or something, you don't know. Exactly, but... And if we miss, it's when it's going to be our top card anyways, we're going to draw it, so it's like, on business.
A lot of action. LED's good. Okay. Bring back Pyroclasm quads. First name Melt, second name Down. Man. Uh-oh. Well, they're not going to have Meltdown in their sideboard. I have been just ruined by this scenario in Game 1s. I have been melted down actually on 2 separate occasions in Game 1. It's brutal.
Yeah, I've had Tats get me like that before, but that was when they had their own Burning Wish. So, yeah, Infernal 2 to reveal Force of Will is something that's happened to me. That feels pretty bad.
I think I'm going to make my camera just a little bit bigger here. If that happened to me, I'd tell the whole internet. Holy shit. Like the whole fucking internet. Well, it's happened to me multiple times. Or they hit, like, we have Gamble and Burning Wish, so, like, they can hit Gamble and then Gamble for Null Rod. That's a classic. Obviously post-board, but...
Hate Null Rod. What a dumb card. Does nothing.
Oh, God.
You have all these plans and your opponent plays a Null Rod and you're like, well, that wasn't fun.
We do play around it sometimes. With either rituals or... Ching, Bergie.
Yeah, it's good that both sides of Burger are not an artifact. Well, I guess that wouldn't really matter on the front side, but...
Not affected by Null Rod. Ooh. Yeah, I'm glad we have this Dark Ritual.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the good call keeping it.
So they have 4 cards. They brainstormed. What did they do with their Ponder? They shuffled on Ponder. And then they brainstormed. They didn't cast their... No, they didn't. Okay. I think I just want to play Shatter Skull. And then play Dark Ritual.
Go, like, Shatter Skull. Oh,
I think we definitely play this. I think I want to... Dark Ritual.
Yeah, leading a Dark Ritual here seems solid to me. It just like really opens up your lines of like what you know you can do with access to colored mana and stuff around days and like.
Right. I guess there's no... So if we ritual, right, and we get there with it, then we're going to be playing grid. Right, ritual 3, 4. And grid will have 2, 3. Unfortunately, we can't then Bergie, LED,
Well, can you go like... Can you just,
because it's not a gamble.
Defense grid... No, that isn't. Could you just go like... Defense... Yeah, you could just go like defense grid and Tomb for Echo. Right?
Yeah. So we're going to ritual.
We can lead on defense grid before ritual, right? Because you can go... Oh, no, sorry. Chromox doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I don't want to get cut on mana or colors. Okay, so they have to counter grid. Like, it would be nice to get Bergie into play first, but...
Yeah, I'm not seeing a way that works out super well. Especially with, like, you don't really want to be, like... I guess, like, days and stuff is awkward.
It's just unfortunate that we can't Bergie before Echo. But we'll have it in exile, which is nice.
Yeah, good point.
Because, like, if Entomb was gamble, you can. Because you can play Bergie with no mana in pool and then play LED, and then you had the 1 red for gamble. Oh my god, it resolved. That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
Alright, so... So I think we're really high chance to win. Oh, wait a second. Now we can. I forgot this is Black Lotus. So now we can do this.
Oh, wait. Yeah. That's really cool.
Blink. Oh, I think we won.
Nice.
What do you think?
Friggin' Delver nerd.
Get wrecked.
Showed them.
Get wrecked. I mean, I'm definitely doing this. You don't even have to hold priority. That's probably the strongest thing about Bergie.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's pretty nice not needing to crack your lines down before you know what's going on. And stuff like that.
Oh, no. I wasn't... I was joking, saying, like... although, sometimes on Moto...
I was just thinking, like, actually, with, like, Reckless Impulse, it's nice that you can Reckless Impulse, then crack your LED. Yeah.
No, because they go in exile, so this card just already makes LED a Black Lotus.
Yeah, it's sick.
Which, to be honest, like, I would rather have this effect than draw 2.
Yeah. It's better in this deck for sure, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're echoing and stuff, too.
Turn 2 them.
Like, yeah. We've already won as many matches as my most matches I've won since starting to play Legacy again, so we're doing good. Yeah, I've been playing some other decks in paper, but I like playing Elves, but I don't ever want to buy Gaia's Cradles in person. And then, like, Death and Taxes is cool, but I really don't want to play an 80-card deck in person or buy the cards for it. So it's like the extra 80. Like, because I have a 60-card Death and Taxes, but...
Listen, I have tiny hands. If I played an 80-card deck, I'd be like, here, you take this half, and I'll shuffle this half.
Yeah, I can't really fully shuffle an 80-card deck. It's pretty tough for me. I do not have big hands.
I only started double sleeving, like, a year and a half ago, because I just didn't want to have a larger deck of cards.
Yeah, I try to single sleeve in formats where I can justify it, for sure. Or play limited.
All right, 3-0. What do you think? Where are we going with this league?
5-0 for sure. You're really good at this deck, and I'm really lucky, so it's a good combination.
Perfect.
It's funny. I remember the day that Echo Vagons got spoiled, I bought 4 Entombs, and I never once cast any of them.
Now you can.
I sold them at the Magic Fest in Vegas or whatever it was. I was
Look,
like, huh.
look at the symmetry.
Beautiful.
Just look at it. If only this was an old border.
Yeah, they missed out on that one.
I feel like this would be a great deck to white border.
Yeah, I took MTG has a white border.
Oh wait, are you Jordan? That's your last name, right? I know you.
Jordan's last name is spelled incorrectly, yeah, because the SCG tour spelled his name like that one time, and then he made that his Twitch.
That's why I didn't connect that was you, because your name is Isiaka, right? Or I don't know. I don't know how to say it. But this
Isoka is the best way.
Isiaka.
Okay. That's how they said it wrong.
Isiaka. There we go. Yes, I am a fan of your white-bordered work insofar as I would never white-border my deck, I'll say that, but I'm happy that you're doing it. It makes me happy whenever I hear about it or hear you talk about it.
You ever play with Wonder Pro on Moto?
Yeah.
Yeah, his deck's all white border. He plays at same local game store as me when I lived in the Bay.
What a fucker, man.
White bordered LEDs and everything.
In person, it would give me anxiety to see it or hold a deck of such white bordered magnitude. Round 4, here we go.
This does not seem cubable with me.
Nope. And this
Maybe
is lately. This has been like the 4-color, where I think they run green suns. It's a Force of Will deck.
Yeah, I usually categorize players in my mind as plays Force of Will, plays Chalice, kills me on turn 1, or plays a bad deck, or a deck that's bad against all.
Yeah.
This is definitely good, obviously, but what do we bottom?
We can either like go for it turn 1, or we can turn to relay into Echo.
I kind of like bottoming the Entomb. Right, is that what you're thinking?
No, because that's the portion that goes for it. We'd have to bottom the Rite of Flame, because we need both.
Yeah. We don't need the mana from Rite of Flame. Yeah, that's correct for me for sure. I don't think I would not go for it turn 1.
Yeah, because this... Alright, so they mulliganed. We're definitely keeping, and we're definitely bottoming that, whether we go for it or not. Saying our decision could change if they mull more. So, and I've made this play before, and I love it, because nobody ever knows what's happening when you play one of these untapped and then end step into. Or even just playing one of these untapped and pass is like, what?
Do you think that's the line here? Probably, yeah. Or
yeah.
Do you want to save the mana or save it for Relay Storm count?
Oh, for Entomb? For Relay? Oh, that's a good point.
Pretty likely to draw something we can cast, though, anyways, like...
I guess we don't have to decide now. I'm going to play this untapped. Yeah. No, you know what? Why don't we play this, because we want to protect our black source at this point?
You have a good point. We don't have a lot of black sources, too, so...
Dude, they have it every time. Every time. That's what I think every time, and it gets me every time. 80 cards. They don't have it. They fucking have it, dude.
Yeah, they're more likely to have it when they have 80 cards in my experience.
Fact. So they are blue, as expected. No one's really playing D&T anymore. Okay, that was very good.
Yeah, this actually plays a lot of really cheap storm cards. I mean, like, your 2 of your engines being 3 mana is just, like, really absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that's how you're beating interactions. You're like, I'll just combo twice in one turn, like, and also have defense grids.
Yeah, like Ritual, Grid, Entomb, LED. It's pretty good. Land. Guess you need 5 cards. Yeah, so we're going Ritual here. So if they counter this, it gets a little bit sticky, but we're definitely just going for it if they do, which they didn't. Do we want to open ourselves up to Endurance? I think so.
That's fine.
Because if we Entomb in the Endurance, yeah, then we just get extra Storm. We're fine with the Relay.
Yeah, because the Endurance is going to go against you at any point unless you grid, right? So it's like, and there's going to be Endurance.
No. Like if we Relay, then we get to
Entomb. Oh, the way priority works, yeah.
Yeah, we could go for it this turn.
Yeah, I think it's fine to open yourself up to Endurance here.
Yeah. Plus, we get to see what the Relay is and then decide if we want to go for it this turn.
It was game 1, and they probably, like, what, 1 Endurance?
Right. 80 cards? They have it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think if their plan is, like, just like with our logic, like if their plan is to go down to 4 cards and then we're gonna get 6 cards off this relay and lose our echo, that's probably fine.
Yeah, then we're way up on resources. 4, 5 to our 3, 4, 5, 9. One of those cards being Black Lotus.
Yeah, this is pretty decent.
Didn't they ban that in like some formats?
Yeah, Black Lotus is pretty good. You think we could play 4 of them?
It was pretty good. I don't think if they had Endurance, they would have already used it. I think I would rather like threaten multiple. Like I don't want to Echo here and then have nothing and just pass.
Yeah, the concern would be if they can cantrip into Force of Negation or Endurance, that would be cards that would counter Echo. Well, I guess Force of Negation doesn't really matter, but
right.
Any Force or Endurance.
Because we could find like this is our only action here, right? We have a ton of mana. If our draw step or this finds Grid, we're gonna be super bummed out.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass here.
That we wasted an Echo.
Especially with 4 Riz in our deck.
The fact the Endurance has the pitch after casting cost is fucking stupid. Yeah. Surprising to me. I would have brainstormed. Or, no, I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have, but it would have made a bigger relay. So maybe they were smart for holding it.
Yeah, I probably want to try to... Yeah, interesting. Yeah, sometimes I try to figure out if my opponent's like more likely to have Force Will if they're brainstorming at weird times, but then I decided sometimes people just brainstorm because they forgot to brainstorm. You can't.
It's possible.
You can do that too much.
Right. What's happening? Getting bogged. Well.
Always play around crop rotation from BUG Gaak. Yes.
Wonder how many crop rotation they're playing.
Probably 1.
So we're playing this either way. I'm fine with playing this. Might as well play this. Guess I'll play this. I feel like they shouldn't counter it. I mean,
Yeah, we're still not in the worst spot if they have a counterspell. I mean, we have a lot of mana in play.
I don't think I want to crack any of these or cast this. I think I just want to cast this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we do if it resolves? Just...
Yeah, empty. Probably pretty unlikely to have a sweeper game 1, right?
We could even write a flame and then frontside echo at that point.
That's good. That's just good.
Well, let's just... I mean, it's probably going to get countered, so I don't even want to...
Yeah, that was worst case scenario. They had a counterspell and
So they only have 3 cards, and we are quite lethal off the top.
yeah, I feel fine about our position.
One of the reasons I really liked coming off of Faithless Looting is when you're Hellbent, it's not a very good top deck. I mean, it can dig you to Echo.
I mean, this is like a resource deck at its core a lot of the time, right? So it's like we need specific cards, but
I think I want to hold this as a silence,
yeah, that makes sense.
so that they can't Prismatic Ending or just like hold up mana.
Play, so they're more likely to try to do early things if you don't have a defense grid in play, which could be good or bad, but
They shuffled.
good for us. The BUG is not great at casting Arrow. There's that Plains.
Hmm.
Okay, Jordan, they have abundant growth. Alright, show me what's the best card to draw here.
That's a pretty good one. Do I want to burn 2 Lotus Petals or Rite of Flame? Probably the Petals, because I want the
Yeah, 'cause you
cards 4 Horn.
You'd rather have the Burgee for. Wait, shouldn't you not? Is there anywhere where you run out the defense grid this turn and then Burgee next turn with one more card in your hand, or do you just run the Burgee into a counterspell here?
We could also just... What cards do they have that kill Horn? It's probably a Green Sun Zenith deck.
Next turn, if they draw a red source or no blue source,
What's that?
they could prismatic ending it next turn if they draw a blue source. They have prismatic ending.
White, black, blue, green.
So they can get red off of the abundant growth and then
Or
white.
red off. Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. Not even a blue source. It would have to be a green source.
Green. Guess we just play Horn. We could
seems
grid.
fun.
We could grid pass. We could, or we could wait. We could
That
just
seems
wait
fine. Yeah.
because they might tap out, or we might draw another grid, or
I
like
kinda
we can.
playing the grid here. If it's like
You think so?
I don't know.
They have
It's
3
tough, yeah.
cards.
I defer to you, but just like trying to think about like what our draw steps could be and like what their draw steps could be and like what are the cards that, like make holding the grid better? You know, like second grid we still would have rather not held the grid. Them having prismatic ending is pretty annoying, but
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, we'll play it. At least it makes it so that they like it's not the worst position having this in play, because then they have to like decide if they do stuff. They know they're just letting us do what we
We're
want.
about to get to the point where they're just gonna have a lot of mana in play anyways.
Yeah,
I
but
like
then
that maybe
you
you
draw
can
into
spell
another
card.
grid too sometimes. So plus, if you have one grid in play, even if they have 6 mana, if you present multiple threats, you can just tap them out.
Yeah. kill that defense grid.
So they're just passing.
So they probably have a counter spell.
Which is fine. If we draw like Echo, I want to draw.
I'm just passing it, right? Like, it doesn't really change anything. Like
yeah.
you can't really. If they cast anything, it's good for us.
Guess I'll
Yeah, leave your
hold
hand for Berkey.
Badlands. Really want to draw Echo, Entomb, Gamble. One of those.
Some business.
Burning Wish. Where do we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have a 25% every.
Whoa.
Not sure I'm really all that afraid of anything here. Okay.
Interesting plan to kill the defense grid, I guess.
Yeah, and they can just like leave it up, so if we play multiple, they can always just like blow it up and then use forces. That was good. Okay, so
Yeah, you only have 7 mana. Oh, yeah, you have enough mana to do everything.
3, 4.
Oh yeah, you don't have enough mana to Wish plus Horn.
I think I want to write
You
a.
can write it from your graveyard, yeah.
I think I want to write a Flame Horn. So they're probably gonna counter Horn,
Yeah, I like that too.
and then we could just win with Wish, and we'd have just enough, right? 3, 4, 5, and then we'd have 1, 2, 3. Wish. We're one shy of Pier at that point. But we can at least gamble Echo off of the Wish.
Yeah, Gamble like is pretty good with, you know, the grid and play and everything.
If they let this resolve, that's fine too.
Yeah.
If he counters Horn, you want to mana to pump Blast Zone too. Yeah, it takes him off another turn of. So what did he pitch? Or what did they pitch? Growth Spiral. Okay.
Spiral.
Whoops. No worries. Don't worry, guys.
You can always undo LED.
Might be. So we're gonna go red. Doesn't matter if we correct this now or later, but no. The most efficient draw 7 is Gamble into Echo. We could front side Echo. It would have the benefit of putting Echo in our yard. It certainly has some merit, but I think this is better. We don't have a land drop. I think I want the double red.
That makes sense, right? Like, what are you gonna be using blue for? Just be Echo.
Yeah. This is a win. It's a double relay at the very least. Oh man. And this is where we just overwhelm them.
Let's see. Yeah, double relay
Just-
seems better than making goblins. This is sick.
Wow. And you can F6 when you have mana floating. Not if it's only Bergy mana. Keep that in mind. It will pass through the turns. Alright, so here's half our deck. Go ahead. Here you
Yeah,
go.
that's pretty fun. Cool. This deck is awesome.
And we have a grid. If they play a hate bear, we can probably just kill it. They did not.
Yeah.
They're desperate. Jordan, Jesus, what just happened?
Yeah, I can't chip away. I dare you.
Thank you. This is the result of heavy grinding, testing, writing, communicating with Discord for like a year and a half at this point.
This is a sweet deck too. No. Jordan was saying nice deck to our opponent, but he said.
Oh.
Yeah, Rose deck is interesting.
So they killed the grid, which is like their only possible chance, right?
Yeah. I still feel pretty good about our situation here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see if they'll let us get a Berg. Like, they can't bottleneck us on mana. They just can't. But I'd still rather get the most efficient mana thing in play.
Yeah, we have a lot of good.
Thanks, Jordan.
I bet we could figure out how to win from here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get there. I don't know why they're still playing. Oh man, 4 of a kind.
That means we have to win. This actually is very satisfying to play too. Like, I'm just in the passenger seat and I'm getting, the secondhand satisfaction for sure of casting all these spells.
Feels good. Grid, this one. Oh no. Let's find another one. Oh, we have a horn. We could always draw 7 a bunch of times. There it is. How about this one? Got him. Cast Wish. And you're dead. Turn 8. Oh god, if Jax was here, he would be very unhappy.
Yeah, Jax doesn't like games to go that long.
No. He'll pop in the stream, be like, turn 2, are we even trying?
Yeah, I always kill slow. I want to enjoy playing Storm for as long as possible, so I try to wait until I'm dead, and then end the game.
Okay, so 4-color stuff. We want these. I think that's it. If we see like multiple canonists, we could bring in Shenanigans. I play this against the 60 card control decks. It's the only card I bring in, because that's the only way we lose.
Which card? Sorry, your screen is blurred on the Discord end.
Canonist. So I bring in Shenanigans.
That makes a lot of sense. Dredge is sick against Canonist.
Okay, so we bring these in. What do we want to take out against control? What have I been doing in this matchup? I've changed this deck enough recently that I'm not as like.
Maybe like Moxel Boy, and we hit one like against Delver.
Yeah, it's always a fine.
Like, and then things like Entomb, and it seems like it could possibly get a little bit worse, but I don't know. Like if we think they're gonna have like 4 endurance, it's like But I don't know if that's the cut. Like, there's a lot of things, obviously.
Yeah, an Entomb is fine. Maybe we don't want all three.
Yeah, I think like leaving one on the sideboard seems fine.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Mike22522.
What's up, Mike?
Welcome to the Epic Gamble, the casino.
Let's see.
This is a medium hand.
Yeah, this hand seems pretty good against what our opponent's trying to do, though, right? Like, they're fine. I don't even know if it's actually that good against what they're trying to do, because it's pretty bad against Wasteland.
It's super slow. Like, it wants to put Bergie into play, but it's only going to do it probably on turn 2. We do get to draw a card. See, like, this would be a fine hand in mono red, because this would be a soul land. So you could just play turn 1 Bergie, and if you get to untap, you win. I'm gonna ship it.
Yeah, I think I would send this back, especially on the draw.
This is explosive.
Just bottom the Swarm, probably.
Yeah.
Or there. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? You can't have it every time they do. Definitely,
Yeah, awesome.
definitely played a few leagues with this deck after seeing the fun on stream. Cool, man. It's good to hear.
Yeah, Mike's a super part of the Ant cabal. We would always work on the Ant Storm deck together.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
So I think we play Fetchland.
I'll play the fetch. You gotta play Red Wasteland. And also you could entomb on there instead if you wanted to. I don't know. Same kind of thing again with the relays. Probably don't want to, but maybe in this situation we might want to because they're reckless.
Well, we saw crop rotation for BUG, and we're more likely to run into graveyard interaction post board, so I don't think I want to.
I forget like the way that I don't forget. It's just like way different than Passive Flames. Obviously, like it's graveyard hit doesn't just beat it.
That was a good draw.
Yeah.
So I think I want to imprint Impulse. I feel like a Fluster Storm is incoming, but we do have LED to pay for some of it. Like, we could go super slow and just cast Impulse and try to get some value, but I don't want to see like a Narset or something.
Yeah, I think the problem there is that they got the labeled starts to become a bigger factor too, or Green Sunzeans for collectors if gets turned on next turn.
Yeah.
Likely to have. So I think that this is for sure the turn to start casting things, and then the relay could be awkward if they have oof next turn, but if they have counterspell plus oof, they got us. And we're also not just dead to oof. I mean, we still have lots of 2 lands in play and everything.
Oh, it's super awkward if they counter Dark Ritual. We probably should have Dark Ritual earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to usually do that. I mean, that's what we were doing earlier too, I agree, just because it's awkward if the storm spells from hand.
I think this was bad. Oh.
Well, that's okay.
Just let it happen.
So do you entomb now if this ritual resolves? With storm count? Probably, right? Like it's.
Yeah. Like, if they want to bog it, it's fine. Surgical would be worse, but they probably don't play it since they have bog.
Yeah, they probably are on bog and endurance.
I just don't want to see fluster. They pitched
Just
endurance.
that kind of one stifle too.
That'd be brutal. Uh-oh.
It's fine. Just pay for one of them and get lucky.
What, did we get gamble and draw LED? Oh my god, they had it.
The first time I explained to someone how paying for Flesh Storm worked on like a Tendrils of Agony, when I just had like 12 extra mana, they were like, "Wait, what? You don't just lose?" I was like, "Yeah." Let me explain the storm mechanic for a few minutes.
Just have to make sure
Paper
we don't.
usually involves a few boxes of sleeves to explain to people how copies of stuff work.
Just gotta
So
make
yeah,
sure we
everyone they
don't pay for the
target.
one that's targeted twice.
Oh, they turned their own Fluster Storms. They fucked up. That's
Oh,
really
hell
bad.
yeah.
Wow. I haven't seen this in years. This used to be really common on Moto, though.
Classic.
It's hell awkward because you can't just be like, well, sorry, like, sorry you misclicked. Like, we're continuing to play this game after this turn, so.
Mm-hmm. I only lost one game to this, and then, like, it stung hard enough that I don't know. Like, it's confusing, but you can't not, you can figure it out. If you just cast the
Yeah.
fluster and just look at it and put your mouse over it and, like, just think for a couple minutes.
It used to be way worse in Moto, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So, second one is targeted twice, so we don't.
They're only countering the second one. You get to resolve every other copy here.
Uh,
You're just gonna pay for that one.
no,
Yeah,
this
they
one
fucked up
too,
your
but
bad.
yeah, we pay for this one.
Yeah. Well. Alright, yeah, let's resolve 5 copies of the Galvanic Relay.
They cast counterspell.
The real kick in the teeth would be the second Fluster Storm here.
To both
I've
of
had that
us,
happen before.
a kick in their teeth because they have to use it, and our teeth
Yeah.
because it would suck. All right, mana. How about? Come on.
Well, it's all good stuff to play next turn. It is.
Yeah, it's better to get permanents than rituals. Uh-oh. Draw the action now.
Yeah, draw another relay. Yeah, relay's been really, really impressive against these blue decks.
Yes. Oh, I totally forgot we already have an echo on our board.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
So this gamble gets another echo, though. I think it's worth.
So we just want to play around Force of Vigor on, and also that EE on
Yeah.
land that I'm in, obviously.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we play this next. Because we don't want to open up to Graveyard Hate and get both echoes next.
Yeah, because they have to use their endurance, their crop rotation here.
I feel like they have crop rotation.
Like worst case scenario is like crop rotation Sports Will, but that seems unlikely if they haven't cast it yet.
Well, that puts me in front of... Shit. gonna move my camera, sorry. Let's go back. Okay, so resolved. I think I'm fine with leaving my petals for now. I'll just use up the blue. Hopefully it just resolves. It did not. I think I still want to leave this here.
Yeah, I would.
Just like putting one in the deck is not as significant as having it as a permanent.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that.
So we can ritual and we can write a flame, but then we can't like entomb an echo. Do we even have echoes left? We have one echo left in the deck. We definitely, I think we want to impulse, possibly grid beforehand. We can imprint, feed the swarm.
Yeah, they will activate the EE probably this turn.
What's that?
They're probably gonna activate that EE this turn. That's the only thing about the Chrome Mox imprinting. If we're like,
oh yeah, we can use that imprint. So we can. Can we do it all? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can entomb, grid, and echo. That's 1, 2, 3, 6. We have just enough to. Okay, so yeah, if we're able to do that, I don't really care about my Chrome Mox getting blown up.
yeah. Very nice.
$80 deck has it. They did have to pitch a force, so they probably don't have another. But do we want to draw them into? Yeah, we do. Storm is 13. Like if we can just hit a relay. Yeah, we're going for it.
I would go for it.
It's the last echo too, so. Alright, I'm gonna make the sound effect. Spin that wheel! Oh, no way. Oh, yes way. You think they'll fuck it up this time?
It's harder on one spell.
They could still do it. Come on, just go back and they did it. So 4 cards. We don't have echoes in our deck anymore. We're really looking for like Burning Wish at this point. It's nice that we have this in our hand though.
Yeah, that really worked out that we didn't have to crack out Lady there. Yeah, maybe we still have 4 mana in play and stuff. I feel like we're doing fine.
Why is my camera on top? Crop rotation. Oh, I missed that. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I see it. Faulted Form. Welcome to the casino. Oh, we got wrecked. Okay. Well, at least we can cast our thing here. Thank you for joining us, degenerates here. as we gamble. It's a Gamblers Anonymous meeting. So we do still have an echo on the sideboard. This Burning Wish is probably getting echo. It could just get relay. And then we sit back.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, yeah, I like just... Yeah, and also you're going to have an artifact for Metalcraft with the Chrome Mox. I like that. Just getting relay.
Could also just get a colored card for this Chromox to imprint. I don't think that's right, but... You gonna counter it? Stop it. Stop it.
What is that? What card is that?
This is that new stupid, like, hoser for Burning Wish.
Love that. It's like,
Oh, we get to draw...
Counterspell with Delirium.
Oh, for each one in their hand? Right? Search target instance. Graveyard, hand, library. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Oh, okay. Maybe we shouldn't have... Wait, is this game 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta just, like, play fast now.
Yeah.
Talking things out a bit too much. Yes, we need Wish to actually hit our win con, which means we need to, like, draw into a relay and hang back and hope they draw dead and then relay into a Wish. Which is possible enough that I'm just, like, cool with kind of F6ing. Ooh. We gotta play this Chromox, though. Get to play out the grid next turn. Turn on Opal. What up, Nathan? How you doing, man?
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't streaming, we'd actually be way ahead on time.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, what happens is they pause forever and then we just, like, get into a discussion and then, like, it's our turn again and we're still discussing and a bunch of clock ticks down.
Mm-hmm. That was a good draw.
Yeah. Ooh, a lot of good outs here. Well, relay.
Like, we could just draw into, like, more mana and more grids and then just top deck the Wish. Could happen. We just don't want to see hate pieces. That's annoying, but...
I guess they can Uro next turn, too.
All right, I'm forgetting about that. So we don't have too much time.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, bro. I'll put that card in 2 Pro Tours. Not a legacy card.
Zenith?
Yeah, for Leovold, probably.
Oh no, the Euro. We I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know why it was so hard for me to figure out what they were paying cost for. What deck are you playing in Vintage, Nathan?
kind of catching up on clock here. They didn't even exile this Burning Wish. Could be relevant, for sure. We can echo, shuffle it back in, and then we have 2 wishes.
We don't have any echoes left, right? Oh, the sideboard, yeah.
Yeah. So they brainstormed.
They probably would crypt just in that situation now.
Do we have lands? Yep.
Yeah. Supposed to save those for relays. It's like probably the only way that we'll win. I think that probably makes sense to concede for time here, right? Or...
Yeah, except I'm just F6ing and they're taking a lot of time.
Might as well see more cards anyways.
They went from 8 to now like 5.5 minutes. They're cantripping. You can't see the clock?
Yeah, Discord just has like bad quality, so like weirdly enough, like the top of the screen is fuzzy, but like every other part of the screen is like fine. So I can only like I just can't see card names at the very top.
We're at 4 minutes and they're 5:25. They're still casting spells and shit.
Yeah, and to actually win the game, their decks might take a lot of time too.
I think they should have like skipped a lot of these game actions. Yeah. Let's put a blocker in play. Why? Just bounce it and attack. So clock is almost even now.
Yeah. So I was gonna win game 3 on turn 1 anyways.
Mm-hmm. Bring an empty. I'm not sure we need Feed the Swarm.
Yeah, I didn't really. Well, they probably almost certainly have oof, right? Like that's the thing I'm thinking about. But
Yeah, we do have Shatter Skull, Burning Wish.
I got Shadow Skull too.
Bring in one of these empties. Actually, it's just better as 2 of. Oh, we could have cut Wish.
Pretty awkward against.
Not good enough.
Oh hell yeah! Which storm spell are you supposed to go for here? Let's see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you just empty, right?
Yeah. They let us.
I think you're supposed to lead on Lotus Petal to make it more likely your ritual. I guess like any spell getting countered just sucks. So it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
10 goblins go. Always a good feeling.
They're like, oh shit. We did see explosives. 80 cards though.
Yeah.
Meaning they always have it. They not have a force? Like if you have a force, aren't you supposed to counter one of those? So you have a whole nother.
Yeah, it doesn't actually buy you
turn?
any additional time, so it's like if you're only out.
Yeah, it
trying to
does.
eat, like,
It gives you a whole nother turn, right?
oh, yeah, I was thinking we were going from 8 to 6 for some reason.
Yeah.
That also buy you another turn anyways, unless you fetch. So.
Good sign.
Plow.
That
Prismatic ending.
does give him a turn. Cantrip. Cantrip. They're thinking about how to sequence their cantrips. They're definitely not casting in explosives. In fact, if they do, at this point, they're a dick. What you got? Now we get to see it. Girl spiral? Oh.
Jeez. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Alright. They didn't even have a cantrip. I think we got him.
Yeah, we still could just draw blue source and win. And they also have to kill us in 2 minutes, which they don't think I can probably do. Because we're ahead of time now.
Oh, what's that?
Tab? That would still fun.
That'd be stupid, dude. It's like glacial chasm. Nope, scoop. Classic. Let me just look at my deck real quick.
Yeah, make sure there's something I can. No crop rotation for edging explosives.
Coming up. So is it turn?
Hell yeah, for the 5-0. Yeah, this is sick. I'm gonna have to try this deck out now. I wanted to before, but I shouldn't own it, so.
Final round here against Curson. No Curson. Oh, baby.
On the play, too, Jesus.
Get wrecked.
This is a good one.
These are the hands that we play for.
Good deck building. After that last round, that last match, those 2 games were both an eternity. It was crazy. I'm really impressed with the staying power of this deck. I actually would be very interested in working on this deck with you for sure, and talking about it because it's just really interesting. It's so many moving pieces and different slashes and stuff. It's a lot of cool stuff is going on.
I can't argue with you. That's for sure. Oh, it resolved. Oh man, what a feeling.
It's nice that unlike High Tide, this deck has a lot of spells in it and not just a million islands. I mean, you could wave across the spheres, but so often you time spell on High Tide and you're like, oh, okay, 1 preordained 6 islands. Not this deck.
So is this a tendrils? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 shy. Right? 1, 2.
Double relay that. Yeah, I think you're 1
5,
shy.
6. We can double relay. Or we could echo. 1, 3, 4. We'd have 2 floating again. And put a bunch more
I think double relay
permanents.
is guaranteed to win the game. I don't know.
Unless they're oops all spells.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah, double relay is probably. We're so high chances win the game off the Echo though.
Yeah, you know this deck way better than me. I'm like a really risk-adverse Storm player, and that's like not why this deck's called the Epic Gambles.
Yeah, but double relay is just like insane to pass up.
Yeah, I just think like the chances of our opponent killing us on turn 1 after an Echo, like.
Yeah, that's
sucks that happens. We don't even know what they're playing. Like,
also a good point.
if they're one of like the 10% of the meta that can kill us on turn 1, and they have like, you know, the 20% chance of actually doing it, it's like. On a blind 7, that sucks, but.
Oh no! I was listening to you and
Oh, my bad.
gave up some of our mana. That's okay. It's not your fault. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I guess we're doing a single relay.
Well, I guess we'll have a relay with a.
We just missed out on 12 cards because I'm an idiot. Wish. Can we do this before? No. Like wish for a gamble, but that's super risky.
Yeah, I think I would just slam the relay. I mean, you just need 11 cards, like, and you have a wish in your hand and 4 mana in play, so it's like.
And grid.
Probably any combination of cards, like 11 random cards, is pretty likely to get there.
Nathan says 95% sure this is Gaak. Well, that'd be good. Yeah, we definitely flipped a win. Do we get a turn?
Do they show us any of their deck? They shouldn't, but. They're gonna kill us.
They did. They did. Crab go.
I probably would have conceded if I was our opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. Okay. Did that cast? No. Didn't. I guess technically I wasn't supposed to play that, but it doesn't matter.
This is extremely satisfying. How's the BUG Gaak matchup?
It's a slam dunk.
Yeah, I played against BUG Gaak on the top 8 at GP Atlanta, and we tested the Ant versus BUG Gaak matchup because I actually knew the person, and we went out to dinner like after day 1, and we concluded it was like unwinnable for BUG Gaak, and then we played in the top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean their deck is just all about putting a lot of creatures into play, and our deck's about putting a lot of spells in the stack, and so it's.
Like, they have some discard.
They have leyline sometimes.
And they can't, you know, like, they can put us off balance enough to combo us sometimes. I have lost
really
it.
Apparently
but
powerful deck, and we have like a fail rate and stuff, but.
Right, there's that too.
This deck's fail rate does not seem very high though. Like I was kind of worried about it with the. Like the Faithless Looting version, I didn't think had that bad of a fail rate, but like. The deck used to have that problem, especially, you know, anytime you're looking at a deck without Brainstorm and Ponder, you're like, I don't know, but.
Right.
Not felt at all.
Yeah, it used to be more reliant upon, like, stringing the exile effects together. And now it's just, like, fucking tutors. Tutors and Echo. Obviously, Echo has a fail rate, but. Okay, so we. Do they bring in ley lines? Like, do they have those? I feel like I've.
Yeah, I think Leyline Blade is usually a pretty common card in that deck. At least in, like, when I was playing. That was, like, 2 years ago, so.
It's that and Force of Vigor. They have enough green in the bug?
Yeah, I mean, you still just play it because it's, like, still, like, just the best card in that option a lot of the times.
Yeah. Even if you don't have a great green count.
Yeah, in the graveyard decks, you kind of just, like, need something, like...
Leyline Vigor. What's TS? First decks. Thoughtseize, yeah. Yeah, discard we know.
Yeah, we've been playing against blue deck. Relay has been so sick against the blue decks, I mean... Just the freaking Mind's Desire.
half the mana.
I'm fine with 2 grids. A lot of times we can just play around Force of Vigor.
Yeah, I like that. 2 grids seems like a good number against them. Like, it's pretty nice to see 1, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. And then, like,
Right.
you don't really want to draw the card actively.
This looks like this wins the game. Still looks like this wins the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. If we draw mana, we can. Aww.
Maybe they'll take Echo.
They should take Burning Wish. They might take LED though. People are obsessed with taking it, whether it's the right pick or not.
Yeah, I would have taken LED out of your hand. Well, I don't know. If you don't have a ley line, it's different, but
I think it's Burning Wish.
yeah, and this hand you have so much mana. Do you use Burning Wish for relay or something? Or?
Opal is turned off now.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Could pass too. So we're 1 shy of Burning Wish into relay, and we blow 2
Yeah,
of the
I think
storm.
passing's just better then.
Yeah.
If I ever don't see a line, it's only because I don't see it. So it's always good that you know you see all the lines.
Oh, we could have also gotten Feed the Swarm. Yeah, that's what Jordan said. You could just get Feed and Echo next turn. Yeah, we can't. Like we would have a better chance of echoing the next turn. And it could have been the right play. Oh boy. Well. Yeah. Problem is, you hold the Burning Wish, they know you have it. If you cast it, they know what you got.
Yeah. Tricky card against the Cabal Therapy.
Well, Leyline plus Thoughtseize on the play is certainly a way to beat us.
Yeah, these are the hands that, I mean, Leyline into double discard, like, put 11 cards in my graveyard, it's pretty solid for sure. Oh, interesting. They have another therapy in their graveyard?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have 2 more, actually.
Oh, nice.
Passing? Please pass. Nope. Folds are getting attacked on 2 axes. Yeah. We could have. Wonder if it was smart to, like, I mean, obviously in retrospect, but was it smart to cast Dark Ritual and Burning Wish and the Feed the Swarm? Obviously we'd be in a better position now, but so they have a Cabal Therapy. They know about these 3. They can only take 1 more, though. I think I still want to play the Chrome Logs.
Yeah, if you're gonna make that play, you should imprint the Dark Ritual Rest, though, and name it. If they want to take
Oh. Yeah, I should have played Opal. Yeah, that was
It might
dumb.
still be worth holding. I mean, for Storm Count and stuff, like for relay, I would have held the Opal. Like, I think it's okay if they take it.
Yeah.
I guess they would never name Rite of Flame though, so it's like they might not take the Opal because it's like.
I want it in play because if we can draw, Feed the Swarm, get rid of the ley line, then we're pretty live off the top with Gamble and Entomb, and that puts us closer to the mana to make it live.
I don't think Hogak tends to be very good against Storm combo. I don't know about the other combo decks though. So they don't have any more therapies, right? What did they name with that? What did they name the Mox Opal? Yeah. So you're not supposed to get relay here. You just get Feed the Swarm and then hope to draw.
Yeah.
You have 2 echoes. But you have the Wish and stuff left in your deck. So.
We have 1 echo left in the deck. Gaak is a pretty good deck if he has opposing combo generally. Not against Storm. Excuse me.
I mean, Legacy decks can still be any Legacy deck. I just think like structurally their deck is like not super well equipped to be good against Storm, just because Storm tends to not care too much about the creatures in play and stuff. And this deck and Ant can both like just win through a lot of discard if they don't know what is in play. So they kind of need that for it to be a close match. And
yeah, like I win the Reanimator matchup a lot because they'll just keep like double or triple grief hands, and then I'll just kill them 6 turns later.
Yeah, I always thought Reanimator was scarier than it actually was good against other fast combo decks. If you actually looked at the data, like I always had a good matchup against Storm. But the games you lose that deck just feel so bad, and the games you win the whole time you're like, well, I hope they don't kill me. I hope they don't kill me. So it's like, yeah.
That sucks. Yeah. Definitely cycling. Okay.
We don't want to draw those anyways. I'm not good anymore, Mike. I used to be good at Storm. Now my brain is mush. Uh-oh.
That's a Gaak. Alright, so we have to kill this turn. Check. And then no outs next turn. Check.
Almost got him.
Yeah. I'm happy with this. Actually, I guess maybe we should be cutting an Entomb. Nope. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't be. This is pretty good.
Yeah, I would keep.
The only problem is we do have to gamble. Ew. It's actually a...
Well, you can always just lead on the defense grid, right? Like, you can even do things like...
Yes, obviously we were worried about that.
Are you supposed to lead on an impulse then, or what is even the line here? Gamble for Feed the Swarm?
Could. There's a lot that could go wrong with that. We could ritual, imprint gamble, defense grid, impulse. Then we're protected against force of vigor. Yeah. Well, they hit our Chromox with Force of Vigor in that case, right? They did mull to 6. Vision the Sky's Pinks.
I think it's a good question of like how much we can really afford to play around. Like they probably kept their hand based off the ley line, so it's like
yeah.
tough.
Should we just put Grid into play? Is that too slow?
I think if we're gonna be spending I think that, I don't know, Impulse seems better than that to me. Like, it seems like you could just go like.
Yeah, but then
From
off of
off-
Impulse, like, good hits off of Impulse are like artifacts. They're gonna get blown up by Force of Vigor.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Just to slam the defense grid. I mean, it's not like our opponent guaranteed has.
That's
That.
true.
It's like. I mean, if our plan here is we're gonna cast defense grid, and they're gonna Force a Vigor or Chrome Mox, like, maybe they probably just wouldn't do that because they have 5 cards.
Then we'd have, yeah, then they'd have 3 cards.
Yeah, I think that also just gambling for Feed the Swarm is fine. Like, I don't know, but then we don't have an LED, so it's like. We could get like Volk and gamble for Feed the Swarm as like. And then Chromox and Print Dark Ritual if that works, or depending on what we.
I don't think I would want Volk though.
Oh yeah, I guess Badlands is not Underground Sea.
Problem is if they have Cabal Therapy even. Actually no, they
Yeah,
don't see
I mean,
what they don't see
probably
what we
just
get.
Either Grid or Impulse. I think that I would Impulse here because I feel like the thing about like Force of Vigor is it's like it's not like we're doing that good if they Force of Vigor or Chrome Mox anyways.
I'm in.
And if they do Force of Vigor and they have 3 cards in hand, it's like okay. I mean,
So what do we imprint? Echo, so we have all of our colors.
I think I would. Well, it's Echo or Gamble, right? Like, are we gonna cast this?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. We do want
'Cause,
blue
like,
though.
I mean,
Well,
right now, like we're hoping to hit a Feed the Swarm and like find a way to cast it or something. Okay.
get a land drop and a chance to improve our hand. It's not a bad draw. So we gamble for Feed the Swarm. Random Jobber, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the casino.
Yeah, is Gamble better than like, or is getting Feed the Swarm better than getting like Burning Wish? Because like that Gamble play is like only gonna be good if we specifically discard the Echo or draw LED, probably, right? Like, but if we just, I mean, I'm trying to think about the things that we could gamble for, like.
I want to get the ley line off the table because then it makes all of our draws more live. And unless it hits itself, we'll be able to do that, right? Because we have a land drop here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for that. Just played the cha-ching noise. Just want to keep the pedal. I'd rather take 3.
Got some outs.
Keep it in hand. Now we can play a grid, and now we're also working towards a frontside echo.
Yeah, we're pretty insulated against discard now.
I think we can.
Well, very insulated. Well, I guess the lowest pedal. It's awkward because you don't want to get discarded or Force of Vigor, so. I guess I have-
Triple land.
Nice.
That's fine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they were really leaning on this ley line. And a crab
Yeah.
and a land drop is reasonable. Ew. Let's play grid.
I think it's good to play the Lotus Pedal now because they can't Force of Vigor and.
Yep.
No, they can't discard it.
LED Gamble gives us a chance. Entomb lets us echo. Burning Wish can get Gamble, which can give us a chance to get LED. That's not good.
Oh yeah, they have a bridge too. Shoot.
No Gaak, no Gaak, no Gaak, no Gaak.
Maybe they'll name Echo Varons with chemotherapy.
You do get to trick people into discarding with Thoughtseize a lot.
I love that.
Oh no. Is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, they only have one bridge right now, so no. They can't actually
They can't. Yeah, you're right.
But now they can sack. No, they didn't hit Echo Wall therapy, so we. Oh wait, no. Yeah, they can therapy
Giant
us.
Arbor.
Now we're dead, I think, but still think they need a second bridge for it to be 100%. It's definitely.
Which they don't have. I think we get a turn here.
Yeah, I think that we for sure get a turn.
Now they have the bridge, but it's too late.
Yeah, unless they have like spells in their hand they can play or something, but if they like land creature, then we would probably die, but Lion's Eye Diamond.
They named Dark Ritual. Come on, baby. Dark Ritual does not do it. It's super close. But you don't have double blue.
Yeah, damn.
I think we imprint it, but we're dead.
Yeah, they might mess it up. Like, there's a good amount of ways that you can misclick this. But let's see.
The dream. Into one of our slam dunk matchups too. Fucking Leyline, man. Two, 4, 6, 8. No, they just have lethal attackers. I saw the line. Now,
Dang. That was an awesome league, though.
It
was
was.
so many sweet games. That match against that Zenith deck was insane.
yes, it was.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. This is super fun. I've been curious about this deck for a while because I still read all like the Storm Facebook pages and everything. So I've been following you building this deck since you've been building it. Like we said like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's cool to finally see it in action and also to see play just a lot of really good games. So.
Well, it's awesome to hear that, and yeah, I had a blast playing it. It's fun to play it with you too.
Heck yeah, man.
Well,
Hopefully we can soon sometime.
We'll play some mono red next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about this deck all night. I'm gonna close my eyes, go to sleep, and be thinking about Echo Aeons and Riot of Flames and gambles.
Gamble, baby.
Cool.
It's all about the grid into Echo. Just the grid resolving. It just washes over your body like a. Oh.
This deck is very tactilely fun to play. Like you do a lot of fun clicks. Like.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna hop off and thanks everyone for having me on and have a very dark and stormy night.
You too, man. See you around.